Hello and welcome back to Era History Untold. We're checking out Act 2 in the new 1.4 patch. As old John A. McDonald, we have survived the Purge, and by that I mean you absolutely didn't survive the Purge because we're playing on Grand Duke as a pacifist. But you know, we're on to Act 2 here now. Our closest neighbor, the Mongolians,
it is Act 2.
have been wiped out.
By heaven's grace, you have been placed.
By heaven's grace. So our northern neighbor has been completely removed from the game, and we have all this great territory to claim. We have a couple of settlers up and running to try and grab. We wanted to say like a city here and a city here, I think. And then we can just fill out all of our tasty, tasty remaining land as our cities grow and expand. We're going to be moving into the Act 2 stuff today, so we get to kind of see how the new updates work. The computer's meant to do a lot better now in the later acts. We also have a lot of roaming armies. That's right. I have a bowman and a catapult. Something tells me a single unit of bowman isn't going to work so well here. These guys aren't threatened. These guys are very threatened. These guys are safe. So I think what we need to do is we have to grab these. I mean, I guess we can grab these settlers. Start moving them north. Whoa, what a leg spike. We can grab these guys and move them over to our city so it doesn't get buckled. And then these guys can move up here. You know what? Actually, let's leave them there right now. Because I'm not sure where these guys are going. And at least this city has walls. So, speaking of walls, man, where did we last leave off? We had just built a ceramic shop here, which we can start pumping out concrete in. And that's about it. The city itself is pretty calm. It does not really have any housing, so I think a dwelling inside the capital is what it needs next. Those settlers are moving. We have scouts on the far side of the map who are basically just going to go looking around for ruins. And these guys, I think we're going to try to make their way back over here. What happened to the guy north? This was Mongolia. He just didn't make the act cut. So it was like Mongolia, Japan, and I can't even remember who the other tribe was. I think there were two other small tribes over here that got wiped out. Cut off cities north of the mountain ASAP. Hinder the AI from sending settlers. Send troops there to kill all the settlers that the AI sends, or would I have to declare war? I think I'd have to declare war. I could declare like a skirmish war, but I think that would still be a war. We're about to get a golden age. That's nice. So I think I'll just move those guys in because they should get bonuses for fighting in the capital. I'm going to move up here so I can shoot them. I think I'm going to have these guys move up to clear a path for the settlers. You keep going that way. You keep going that way. You keep going that away. I'm going to rush another set of settlers here. I actually don't really need this group. We're only like 2 cities short, so I can only actually have 2 other cities, so. Take the time to zoom in over the cities a bit and let us enjoy how beautiful and animated this looks. Is there a hotkey to temporarily disable all the pins? There isn't a hotkey, but I can turn off all that stuff. There is a, oh, what is the hotkey for this? There is like a camera mode where you can zoom in on random settlements. A tracked mode. So it'll just take like a random hex basically in your territory where something cool is happening. Like the fabric workshop. And they'll decide to zoom in on that. Or a farm. And they pick it kind of at random, but it's really, really nice. So this is, I use this to make all the thumbnails. Sometimes it'll just zoom in on like your army. So we have a handful of bowmen here. People running through the streets, I guess, because there's a military nearby. Someone needs to slap this onto a screensaver app. And I have improvements turned on right now just because it's helping me actually see what's occurring. Okay. So you guys can probably indirect fire them. These guys actually moved out of the city. That's quite an army up here. I don't know if the computer will take my settlers. But we'll try to move along a little bit. We just made a weaver here, I think to try and get more fabric. That being said, we don't really have anything to make this with. We're already using all of our llamas, so we're just going to put that on like a bad production. You've got a little military district down here we could work with. Can you build the Colossus of Rhodes? You could. It would take me 15 turns. Nobody else is trying to build that right now, so I think let's try for it. It would be very, very helpful. Okay, and then we have to actually see, like, we have a bowman, we have a swordsman coming in. What are these? 2 cavalry, 4 infantry, 3 infantry, and 1 bowman. Okay, so if I go like swordsman, swordsman. Two turns and 4 turns. We can start getting another army up with that. Actually, you can... you can grab that ruins cache. Scout cannot enter ocean. I'm not sure I can actually get across here. We do have a missionary in this neighborhood. If I had any idea of what he was doing, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Let's see if we can get some open borders now that we're in a new... She doesn't really like us. We have a trade agreement with him. We're getting furniture, picks, and flowers. I'm okay with that. If I could get access through Georgia, we could also start converting people to that religion. In the meantime, I think we'll bring our missionary down south. Client. Research agreement, maybe? Let's be friends. Wu Zhaitan has sent an envoy to my capital to deliver a gift and an ornate note. Please accept these horses. Yeah, okay. I like horses. Thank you. Ah, amazing. They're actually killing his scout. They also have a lot of troops up there. You can see the walls here in Old Mongolia. Ah, these guys are on a road. All right, I'm going to try to run troops there. I don't know if it will work. But it's worth a shot. You're going to keep bombarding them. You're going to keep bombarding them.
You have entered a golden age.
Nice. If we can get the Colossus of Rhodes done in the next 10 turns, I know it says 13, but if I save up some cash and I boost that near the end, we would get 25% extra prestige for it. You're gonna flee. Swords and swords are both coming up. Declined research. Okay. All right, homie, you're back on Auto Explorer. I can't do anything with you. Belgium is sending a bunch of scouts up here. So we have a pacifism, right? So if I leave my territory, my units get severely weakened. And these guys have a ton of armies around. All of our armies are like very defensive right now, so... Wow, there's already Mexico and Egypt both have a ton of scouts up here. They must have had them up here previously. You took a lot of damage there, and all of this territory is too difficult to move into. This is a really bad spot for a city. I really want to be in there is the problem. And then I think the other city I want here. This is a nice 5-slot city. Yeah, this would be a great spot for it. We got the frankincense, we got the copper, we got the camels. There's kind of nothing over to the far side of the desert. We might be able to reach things like that iron.
Envoy ferries are
We're gonna try to sneak up there.
Their leader admires sculpture gardens and has commissioned one.
Songhai is Poland, Russia, America, Greece, Aztecs. Songhai is here. Oh man, they're pretty small too. All right, well. But we could maybe sneak in here and get that runes cache. I think we'd participate in that fight for a few turns though, so maybe let's just keep moving around. So this is like, there's just like hostile guys everywhere here, so we're just going to try to keep scouting around it. China, who just sent me 5 horses, has now declared a war of annihilation on me. They are extremely far to the south. I don't even think they can get to me, if I'll be real. Let's not panic about that. What we do have is the ability to upgrade a lot of our places. Like our farms. If I start producing enough metal tools. Which I'm currently not, but... You make it 0.4. You're meant to be using that iron, but it's not so good. Rude, I know, right? It's so rude of him. All right, what else do we have going on here? We've got this hunting camp, bison camp, cured meats has got room in it. There was room for like another farm here if we wanted, or a water well. 100% harvest production to farms and their upgrades. So that would kind of upgrade the 2 of them and the green. They're also getting bonus from that granary. Honestly, it's not a bad option. It's a bit weird stacking both the granary and a water well in one location, but with 3 other farms, it does pay decent. Fortress is an upgraded watchtower. Oh, I could stack another military building in here. You know what? Let's do that. Because then if I recruit troops here, they were going to recruit at like 75. You guys are caught out. There is a retreat button down here. I can't believe this. I didn't know this was down here at all for military units. And we should be able to form a shield wall. Yes. Really good at fortifying. So unfortunately, I can't tell what city actually has the right amount of security. They're all just kind of at 50, which sucks, but... let's put these guys up in St. John's. Because I'll have them clear out if I need to. Yeah, don't go that way. Big armies, man. Big armies around. All right, we're going to go back that way. closed your border. You go there, hopefully. This formation can come out and start shooting that wedge. Yeah, it's crazy. These guys have like 33 force strength. I have 28. Even though I have swords over their spears. You're going to just preach down there for now. Seems like these guys are passively clearing out this group of tribal warriors. Hopefully Samesi's there. This city actually has a region to claim. Lots of good territory here. It kind of depends on what they need. Halifax has the most of all the resources, so I think let's put that up right there. And then you got ceramics and stone pits. Like a second ceramic shop wouldn't go astray. I also kind of need some more. You know what? Actually, I think maybe logging camps down here. We're hurting a bit on wood. Those guys can go digging for lots of artifacts over there in old Japan. Okay. You can shoot them. So it does seem like the barbarians don't want to enter my territory. Amazing. And I should be able to sneak that city in. That city and that city should both go up this turn. We are fighting a proper fight down here. We're still in last place, but we're working on it. I could take 10% production in all cities for 20 turns, or I could get 40 relationship with Zenobia, who is on my border. She also benefits from trading a lot. I'm gonna try it. She likes that I'm at war with a rival. She is ready to go to war with us, but she would have preferred peace. Well, I'd prefer peace too, ladies, so. Book. And school. We could switch to a republic. Or an empire. I could just go for the next tech up. All right. First city's up and running. You love to see it. We'll get these guys. Just a little feast to start off, I think. Not much point in putting a farm up here, given the resources available. I think we'll mostly be shipping food into this town. Kind of want to just say a stone pit, aka a mine. We're like city walls. I guess fortress would be another option. Fortress / watchtower. I don't really have enough wood for that. Gonna take a long time for that one to grow up. How's Canada doing? Last I checked, the north had been cleared by the culling and we were looking to expand. We are in the process of expanding. We just set up our first of the 2 cities. We have another one coming in. We'll have some more settlers in slightly after that. Time for friends. 5 clocks and a bunch of progress towards mechanized clocks. And Belgium likes us. Yeah, man. Belgium's been like our BFF this whole game. Honestly, kind of the only guy who is a reasonable level of vibe. Food. We make a ton of food. We don't make a ton of much else. I should switch over all my cities to festivals. Those are going to be called gathering halls. Because festivals are just like better versions of feasts. Yeah, literally in every way, shape, and form. Festival. We were asking, what are we going to do about all this food we're producing? We now have our answer. We're going to turn it all into festivals. Think of all the borders you could screw up as an empire using just a ruler and a pencil. Watch the live action. Not going to lie, kind of appointed. The HTTYD. How the thespians you despise. Yeah, that's an acronym I'm not going to get. Trade chocolate for syrup. It's mutually beneficial. Oh, how to train your dragon. Oh, yeah. That seemed like a disaster for sure. That had weird choice written all over it. Really hope we can get... Oh, I'm being besieged. Or at least bothered. All right, I'm going to send these guys up here to help out these archers. Well, I'm just going to pepper. Those guys are going to continue peppering. Those guys are going to move in on them. So this new city is up and running. I will build a farm here. Keep these guys going. Oh, and honestly, that shouldn't be feasts. That should be cured meat. I'll take it, man. We should get a very big bump up with them. If we have access to them, we can also get to Belgium from them. That would be enough to do it. Gathering hall here will also make these big tasty feasts. And we will keep exploring. It was fine, but the characters lacked delivery. Really weird that I kept asking myself this was the take they used. I mean, sometimes it's just about keeping costs down. You don't want to shoot 100 takes. Victory in 7 turns. Yeesh. Can you attack? Yeah, there you go. You guys shoot arrows, and then the other guys move in to attack. This city has completed. Something that we may never know. Probably logging. I guess a butcher shop here to boost this llama would be nice. We get another religious verse. Happiness in our capital. +5 health in all cities, or 5 established relationship with other nations. That lets us be peaceful. +5 health is like pretty excellent though. I think, oh, we already have that. Oh, I see. We get another +5 health, +10 timber, or 25% scientific. I'm going to take +5 health. Absolutely. This now gives us +10 health in all of our cities. You've declined that research proposal. How about we open borders though? Get some trade going.
Of dedicated worshippers have been traversing to the top of a nearby mountain.
I'm going to increase religious spread speed. I also have 3 turns left on this golden age. Let's boost the Colossus of Rhodes and get our first wonder / triumph, I think is what they're called in this game. It's also going to expand our naval cap by quite a bit.
The Colossus of Rhodes.
Yay! Yay! Getting this in a golden age means it's worth an extra 25%, which is really nice. Overall, the animated one was much better because of the heroic scale, served the film much better. Stoich being a brick wall versus Hiccup being a fishbone. Stoich being a big guy. I mean, I feel like anything involving dragons is generally going to be a little bit better in an animated version. Even Game of Thrones struggles with it. So this city no longer has a project. It should build an inn. Definitely should build an inn. You have declined open borders. What about an alliance?
Graveyard's filling up. More space needs to be dedicated to housing those who have passed.
We're going to have to focus on cremation because we don't really have enough materials for anything else. It looks like we've killed these guys. I can't tell. These guys just get really, really tiny when I zoom in. Okay, I'm going to, if that's the case, I'm going to move down and I'm going to help out these guys over here. Looking at the Colossus without standing over a sea entrance makes it look way less impressive. It's definitely a different vibe. Okay, let's go there. City of Ottawa has built its fortress here. So we have 75 security in this city now. It's a great place for us to be raising troops. Some empty ground down here. A trading post, an inn, and a flower field. I'm going to make another round of settlers because I think once we get this research, we're going to get 2 more city cap. Have you move into that copper province. Look at this. Poland's already got settlers over here. He's got 2 settlers over here. How? Poland? Who is landlocked on the southern continent has sent 2 settlers to the top north of this other continent? I have questions. I have many questions. Zenobia's also got settlers up here, but they're being killed, thankfully. It looks like we managed to sneak in. I'm a bit worried about this. Honestly, these guys nearby might manage to kill all these other settlers. If I'm lucky, they certainly will. want to get that copper going first. You've built another butcher shop. Technically, we could cure some meat. Nobody's using that spice yet. No, somebody is using that spice. All right, you know what? You do 1 for 3. Let's just leave it at that. I'll let them cure meats indefinitely there as well. Now, I'm getting a feeling like more workshops would be really helpful. Also feel like probably city walls down here. You don't have a temple yet. Nor do you have docks. I think I'm actually going to build you docks first, because of how vital they are. Okay, here we've got copper. All the rock salt is that way. We have sheep here and we have deer here. Trying to think of where these guys are going and where's going to be like most important to cut them off. I actually kind of think the sheep. It's also a 5-slot province, which is pretty good. What do you get from these ruins? Mostly just like random junk, like lithic tool, metal ingots, rope, just like stocking up on some of our trade supplies. Still surprised how aggressive the AI forward settles. Yeah, it's not something I love, that's for sure. Could definitely be improved. All right, those guys are dead. Let's move them over. Let's move these guys over. I'm actually stalemating here. I don't know if getting involved in that versus firing from afar is better or worse. The Aztecs have declared war on me. Okay. Now, I don't think they can get to me unless Zenobia lets them through. I have no idea if she will allow that. I still have this like desperate need for more materials, so why don't I just start upgrading all of my stone pits into mines? Can I upgrade that? I need metal tools to upgrade the farms. Farm. The weaver. Oh, all my workshops can also be upgraded if I get concrete. Interesting. Where are all those clay pots being made? We could get some more clay pots going, or some more concrete going, and get some of those upgrades. I think that would be pretty good. Okay, so what am I building here? I have Whitby. We could make another workshop area down here. QBH, probably not a bad idea. I'm clearly in a bit of a need for that, so... and I'm just going to start, like, marching these settlers north. Across all these roads. Which, speaking of... get a few more of these going. Wherever we can. All right, I think that's all the roads we can do. So you're also going to head up that way. You've closed the borders. You're going to keep digging for loot. These guys actually kind of need to heal, so I'm going to let them just chill in the capital for a minute. Things are definitely starting to feel a little bit crowded. All right, you got another one of these concrete factories online. Burn through those sculpting materials until we're like through them. And then what do you need? You're not making much money. I don't think you have an altar either. Which I guess is just a city temple now. Kind of feels like all of our places should probably have... No, an altar is different because an altar has paragon slots, but...
The rival nation's leader speaks of the star.
We're going to take happiness because I don't really think we need the security. I'm not convinced the computer is going to attack us. All of these settlers are being killed, the Polish settlers. Oh, Belgium. Belgium settled a city on these horses. Literally 3 squares from my city. It's a bit much, you know? Feels like that's a little bit much. You're going to make me more metal tools. What church did we pick again? We're maple syrupism. Oh, what is the church building? Honestly, I cannot remember. I don't think we can build it yet anyway, so... Aztecs are fighting me over here. Oh, that might be the reason they went to war with us, just to kill my scouts. I'm sorry, do we have somebody attacking me here? Yes, we do. All right, we'll move up some troops. I can't believe he built there. That's so dumb. If that's the case, I think I'm actually going to have this settler build a city right here. as soon as I can. Which is not currently. Yeah, spanked by spearmen and archers up here. Slowly starting to get that win. Let's see. Salted fish. Spices. Just more gourmet meals going. Put a city temple right there. You could probably do with like a barracks. You've got another workshop going. Hourglasses are used just for knowledge. I think I need 2 more anvils. I feel like we made this stuff for these. And then maybe I'll just have you on candles after that. Producing like 1 every 11 turns. You're making metal tools. I'm going to upgrade the metal tool factories because they seem to be like in kind of a desperate need. You can't settle. Yet. I guess I could settle here and just like cut this guy off to the shoreline. I really got to make sure I get that saffron. And I want that obsidian as well because that's sculpting materials. Yeah, I think I'll probably park my guy right here. See if I can't absorb it greedily that way. All right, so you're just upgrading stuff for building materials, which I think honestly still seems like let's keep doing that. Because I'm still at only +1 building material, which means we're absorbing a lot more than we actually are. Ottawa. Now, I got options. I could take something like Alberta here so that we have a spot to build a wonder, a triumph, a 2-slot. And then Nimo's got some iron up here as well, which we could always use more of. I think I'm just going to take this 2-slot. Just so we have room for a wonder when we need it. And then why don't we take 1 group that way? Make sure these like Aztecs don't come over the hills at me. You know what? Let's just take both of them that way. Settlers, you're going to fortify. These guys should win this in a turn. Wow, so wounded. And you're being beat up. Ah, you're being so beat up, actually, you died.
Architects and scholars speak.
We got a quest for the classical gardens of Shuju. Requires 25 mosaic tiles. Boost your nation's chance of spawning activists, scientists, and writers. And for each one, boosts the knowledge and prosperity of all your cities. Oh yeah, that's really useful. Unlocks with alchemy in the early Middle Ages.
After a brutal onslaught, your city is pillaged and buildings destroyed. Citizens congregate in the streets.
My city is pillaged, it says over here, where I don't have land, but I lost a scout. Are my cities being pillaged? Oh, my settler died up here. Did not realize they were being attacked. Okay. Sure. You're going to make more scrolls, which give us city knowledge. We should be able to start like specializing our cities a bit more now. I can only have 3 nationwide weavers, so we might as well put in another one here. You've recently completed who knows what. A dock, I think. We're starting to make pretty good concrete now, so we can start getting more agreements. China wants a peace treaty. Yeah, sure, dude. I never wanted war. Mac, hello. How we doing? We're down here. And Ottawa is upgrading those crafting guilds. Okie dokes. Wish I could see a little bit better, like, what is actually upgradable here. My dwellings are upgradable. With, like, 150 timber. How are we on this? 4.3, and we're only consuming 1. Well, this feels like we should be consuming a lot more of this. I guess we're not really baking a lot of stuff. I'm going to upgrade that anyway. What is our bakery doing? Ah, that's why. Bakery can scale off of grain then. And start making bread. I don't really care about what's going on up here anymore. I'm not too worried about these ruins. All these guys need to heal.
You have reached the early Middle
Nice.
Ages.
Watchtowers and logging camps have depreciated. So have archers and spearmen. Welcome to the early Middle Ages. This era marks a transition to a more different society and form of expression, particularly leaps in arts and culture, as well as renewed focus on the significant impact on religion. Well, there's the alchemy we need. But perspective art, steel, or architecture? Sick. So I need mosaic tiles to build this. But I don't have any of the technology for this. Renaissance, High Medieval, Renaissance. So if that's the case, we could probably wait a little bit on alchemy, but we will get that. Feudalism gives us +1 city cap. Decorative arts is probably good for us. Illuminated manuscripts for sure good for us. That's all religion. And brewing would be really good for us. You know what? Let's actually start with that. We have all that extra grain.
Invitation of...
And we can move from a theocracy into an empire. Give us +3 city cap. Less religious spread. Less quality of life. Way less taxes. And we could either go for craft production or building production. Honestly, craft production kind of seems like the way to go here. If we're taking -10 production, we can add it back up. This son of a gun took my saffron. Rumble, grumble, grumble. I'm gonna turn him on auto explore. You are a wedge, so let's put you guys back in Lambton. The other wedge. Kind of like want to make sure that my southern borders are safe. I guess let's move them up there. So you've come for the superior Canadian-ish entertainment? Canadian adjacent. The old city of St. John's upgrades another mine. We are still hurting on materials. Mining picks. Aren't we meant to be getting mining picks in from trade? Ah. He stopped sending them. And in fact, it doesn't even look like he is making them anymore. So I'm going to take books and gears. See if we can get that. All right, this is kind of my push against Belgium here. So the question is, do I go for Ordos or Quarshi? I really just want that obsidian. A bit worried because if I build a city here and I take Ordos, I cut off all access to the ocean. I'm also worried about somebody just like sneaking a settlement back here right now. How are we on copper? Consumption is -3, production 0.9. We should probably get more copper. But we're going to have to grow in weird ways. I definitely want this frankincense. Ain't no doubt about. We are making more scrolls than I know what to do with. Hopefully we can do something with them. Our Newfoundlander living in Quebec. I'm not sure that exactly qualifies as Canadian. Yeah, it's a bit different, right? Makes things more complicated for sure. What else can we do for city growth? Festivals. Yes, absolutely. Big festivals up here. You're using baskets instead of sandals. You're also using feasts instead of festivals. So let's try swapping some of these over. I ain't making a ton of money, honey. You guys should probably rest. You guys should probably rest. I should also look at upgrading a lot of these archers. Okay, you need more lumber yards. or timber mills as they're more commonly known as. I should also upgrade these mines, apparently. At Genie. Fortunately, I cannot get that copper yet. So we'll just go down there. We do have another weaver. Which I'm gonna set to make ropes. That might be a mistake, but our biggest issue right now is trying to get like we gotta upgrade all of our like lumber mills and mines. Oh, yeah, those bowman upgrades are going to be costly. Okay. So they're just going to fortify there. You better come up to that capital because it looks like we're like under attack. You guys move with them. Cats, how we doing? We got wyverns? No wyverns that I've seen. It's a 3-square city. That's a 4-square city. This at least is a 5-square city, but one of them is going to be rocks. But is that rock salt? But is that really that bad? There's nothing really here I want. I just wanted to cut them off. I think I'm just going to go here. That rock salt will really help in like curing all the meat. There's lots of copper and everything up in these hills too. Okay, you're on like upgrading stuff is what you're on. This workshop is making gears. Let's absolutely upgrade that.
Of traveling troubadours arrive at the center of your city.
A troop of traveling troubadours.
Which tells of a great...
I'll take that golden age bonus. What do we have in terms of money producing buildings? Southern City was meant to specialize in it. Yeah, Lambton is meant to be our kind of money city. Oh. Oh. The Aztecs have sailed massive battalions across the sea. How do these guys have 300 HP? Oh, they're fighting missionaries. Didn't I move a second army down here? Give me 10 clay pots, bugger off. I'm gonna get slaughtered if this is the case. We better start building more stuff. You need a festival. You should also probably be using trade goods here. You should be on festival. All of these guys have been on 0, but they haven't been updating me. You also need something else. Your like prosperity is really bad. So is your security. Trade goods for you would also be probably the best thing we could do. Lost a dwelling here. Because I guess they bombed it. Let's give you gourmet meals. Until we produce enough of stuff. Just shortly grabbing some ice cream, and now one of the wars has lasted for infinite turns. What happened? The war against China, they just pieced out. I don't understand. Why does this say their war goal is like the Palamarines? Oh, no. What? Oh, it's just because I had hovered over them. That's weird. Minor losses and a stalemate. More chest. Okay. The missionary's not going to do much good there. Should you guys be shooting them, or should you just be fortifying? All these armies obviously also need to now start going south. Unless he accepts this peace treaty. Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind. Everybody about face. Let's put you there. I'm gonna put you up there probably. So this city needs to build a mine. Stone pit, mine. To start it off, it's also going to want one of these festivals, which it will attempt to make itself. Good luck. We have another religious verse. 3 housing in all cities. That's pretty good. +2 research per turn. That's okay. 50% force heal. I'm actually going to take +3 housing. And we have a paragon available. Beautiful. Now, we haven't been doing any masterpiece proficiencies yet, so... +10% growth to all cities. Who are our paragons right now? Paragon spawn chance. Build improvement towards religious improvements, religious spread and capital, research rate on research agreements. I don't mind 10% growth in all cities. That kind of actually sounds valuable.
John Carpini, Italian Archbishop and visitor to the Great Khan in the Mongol Empire.
Also feels fitting considering we just like conquered the Mongols. Back in action, what did you miss? A little war with the Aztecs, a little war with the Chinese. Nothing too serious. How's the game update going? It's good. It's got some good improvements. It definitely doesn't fix like all of the issues. But there is undoubtedly some good fixes in here. That one's a farm, right? Yeah. The city can't do much for me right now. Until that stuff gets settled. I don't know why these guys were so strong. Seemed like they had much higher numbers when they were actually attacking me there. So I guess we'll move these guys down to a genie. Lambton's going to need a new army. You got upgradable farms. You've been upgrading all those mines. That's the tobacco farm. The tobacco farm. Honestly, I think the goat farm is the better option here. Lambton gets another piece of territory. All these money oceans are really nice. They're quite small, but like $5 is $5, right? Added bowman. Okay. Trying to like queue up a new military. 94 degrees outside. My AC is busted. I think your doggo melted. Oh my god. And this is definitely not the week to have busted AC. Good opportunity to, you know, try some alternative methods like the bowl of ice in front of a fan. Oh, you guys died. That's fine.
George Washington has embarked on a project to revolutionize agriculture in the United States. He seeks to import new crop varieties to increase food production and sustainability.
I'll be friends with Washington. Washington. 6'20", killing for fun. That is his jam. Well, obviously I just want these raw materials as soon as I can. You're gonna fortify. You're gonna... $30, $33. No. You're gonna fortify. These guys are killing them over there, which is good to see. Excellent. And that gets us sculpting materials finally as well. Declare a pool day. Also, good use of the day for sure. Without a doubt. Good temperature for a pool day. I need roads. That's it? That's the best road we got? All right. Fine. Be that way. I think I just built a docks here. Can I upgrade these spice mines? The spice must flow after all. We're losing money. Oh no. Seems like we figured it out. I have enough to build a mine here. Yes, but it's being claimed. So let's just build a farm here on those sheep instead. You got yourself another claim. I mean, I could rush to those gemstones, but I feel like let's get these camels. This city's growing pretty fast for not having any food. For completely being reliant on, like, imported food. Ate her last two pools. I put 3 ice blocks between towels, laid them on the floor in front of the fan. Could I use that fan myself? Sure could, but the dog comes first. That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Malt. Molt. I guess let's get religion. I suppose. Kind of hoping this guy blows that city up. I don't think he will, but a man can dream. All right, you're going to fix that. We do have a barracks here. Got no money for walls. How do I get more money? That's going to be the real question. That's going to be the real question we have to ask. We're winning fights up here. Lambton, you have all this territory. And you're not doing a lot with it right now. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. I'm gonna... I said that and my cat gave me the dirtiest look. Like, I'm not trouble. What are you talking about? I'm well behaved. I'm a nice good girl. Maybe I could just like chill out on the food. It's just so hard because food adds growth and growth is everything I want. I can only have 3 fermenting pits in the entire nation. So what if I built like 2 workshops in Ontario and then a bunch of fermenting pits here? If it's the money city, that makes sense that it would also make wine because it would feed into things like the inn. St. John's up here has grown. Sucks because I really wanted that saffron. Pretty upsetty spaghetti about that. There's iron back here, but St. John's is really like running along the river, so I think let's just grab Markham. It's just really good materials across the board. I could even maybe put some logging yards in there. Yeah, I'm trying to cut off that city as much as I can. Still kind of hoping that it goes under. You need to make 1 more set of swordsmen, which are apparently now berserkers. Strong against anti-cav, vulnerable to cavalry. Effective against anti-cav, but beware they are vulnerable to cavalry. Oh, yeah, okay. 17-1, 8-1. Oh, yeah, they're just better versions of swordsmen by far. So that's fine. You can start taking shots from that city. You guys are going to win that. More Aztecs thinking about coming across. Now. Meow. Why don't we upgrade that tobacco farm, since that just literally prints money for us. Disadvantage. You can pick up Kamloops. These guys have finally won their fight here and are going to go back to defending that city. And that city. So these 3 cities all have armies in them now, which is great. And You've become idle. These are pretty good spots for mining. Honestly, I think I might just stick a couple of mines up here just to get us some more materials. I want that copper. I want that iron. But I also want to cut the sky off. So that's what we're gonna do. Want some gourmet meals in here too. I love it. We're making a ton of gourmet meals. I'll keep trying to box him in as much as I can. There's kind of like no reason not to. So you have made a workshop. This workshop, I want to make mining picks. I guess that's going to be enough. We need a lot of mining picks right now, so. Ottawa. None of these hunting camps can be upgraded. That crafting guild is upgraded. Is it? Yes. That crafting guild is upgraded. This basket guild is not. Food farm. Workshop. Candle workshop. Metal tool workshop. Upgrade. Now we can build another one of these shield walls. Which we can deploy in Ottawa with 75. So it'll get some pretty good bonuses here as well. Great. I think this guy is just on Fortify now. And then when you're done building those goats, we're going to have you build a little mine down there. We have no money. I don't know what I'm doing rushing things when we're making like 13 gold. We're going to need to look at all of our production chains in a minute now that things are really like finally kind of coming online. So like this guy should be definitely upgraded. I didn't realize I could also make silicate here. I'm just like desperate for copper, so. A new religious verse. 50% build production towards religious improvements. That's pretty good. You know, we don't build that many religious improvements, but I do kind of want to go crazy on religion just to see how it works. Research agreements are very rare for us, and 3/4 strength isn't really that big a deal. So I think we'll take the peaceful path. I guess technically we have claimed this, so I should probably start shooting.
An emissary arrives with a well-written dossier chronicling happenings within your nation that not even your advisors were aware of.
Man, I don't care about China. They keep going toward me all the time, so. Yeah, a lot of Aztec forces just like waiting offshore here. A worrisome number of Aztec forces. Armies have like 10 force, 15% increase, basically a commander on every single army. No, they have more than that. I mean, this guy has 74 force. So quite a lot. Sunset Invasion. Oh my god. Truly the greatest DLC of all time. You got some of that rock salt. Let's keep building lots of mines. Salt and aluminum later. Okay. What's great about that salt is we can also use that in places like this, which is currently using my money. So that should help us out a lot on the old money front. Okay, Lambton made a fermenting pit. How much grain do we make? Lots. Ooh. 2 ceramic pots a turn for syrup. What are my options? That uses syrup, so if I make syrup in one place, I could probably just turn it into liquor somewhere else. Used at the pub and the hotel. Plus 20 city happiness is quite a lot. Wine adds prosperity. All right, here's the thing for sure. I need to make syrup before I make anything else, so let's get on that. I'd also love to probably be making some glass. So my million pottery places. What do you need to make glass? Mats. Wealth. 1 every 2. So I'm going to turn these both over to glass because it's more efficient. And then I won't use all of that necessarily right away. Okay. Okay. Well, if you need more things, I feel like more of those fermenting pits are the way to go now. Especially because they scale off of each other. One of the few things that still do. You're up here. You're just going to fortify? Looks like you killed whoever else was up in this area. Okay. Coming along with it. I'm low on gold and I'm low on materials. And I'm low on timber. I'm low on basically everything. But we have lots of good stuff to upgrade. If I could start upgrading the stuff that like is on rare resources, I think that's what I really need to start doing. And then I'm actually gonna look at the production chains here. So you're making bread out of grain and use salt as well, because we'll get more salt in. Shockingly, like the grain stores we have is not, it's not making enough to make that bread. So we'll just keep making that infinite. Blacksmiths are using iron and copper as they should be. Butcher shops, salt, bison, and goats. Salt, bison, and goats. Maybe I could switch those fish over. I could actually have this one also use fish. It seems like we have just enough. We're using all that spice. The ceramics are slowly starting to upgrade here. Wealth of materials. Sculpting materials we're gonna start getting in a moment. So that's gonna be a lot. You guys are trying to use wealth. Let's probably not do that because I don't actually even need these scrolls. Crafted at City Temple. Adds 15 knowledge. They don't really do anything else. Honestly, I could probably have a lot of timber here. It would be nice if I could trade any of that away, but... you're using crafting guilds. You're using metal and lumber. You're trying to make rope. Probably make that out of lumber. And you're making gears out of metal ingots. Yeah. Okay, okay. The flower pits, timber, materials. We don't really have anything else in there. You're all just using food. Are we making enough of these right now? 0.7 for 0.7. Okay. Granary is using grain and... Aha. I could let that start using ceramic pots. We have 100, so it's going to take 100 turns for them to go through all of them. Honestly, not a bad idea. I could set up another ceramic place if I need to. You're still making feasts. Weird great hearth. Oh, this is in my capital. That's why. You should definitely have wine there. Everything else is good. These guys are using food. Bison. 2 bison a turn? Oh, that's the problem here. Part of the problem. Switch that to cured meat, and that frees up a bunch of bison. You're using fish. That's all fine. Okay. So, sorry, I actually just need to swing back to those butcher shops. All those guys can be on bison. Logging camps. Gears. Okay, so gears are a real issue. Gears are a real issue. You're using bison here and materials, and you're using leather and materials. That's fine. That's fine. These guys are using baskets, which is fine. Do we have enough leather here to use more of this? No. Do we have enough fabric? Yes. You're using the fabric right now, but we're actually producing 2. So why don't we put another fabric in here? And no, I don't have enough to do that. Almost cotton silk. Almost wool. Empty. Okay. That'll do. $25 for pickaxe. Too expensive. That's fine for making baskets. This is fine for making plows. I should actually be able to start using those camels to make plows, which is nice. We have 20 plows in storage. TBH, we could probably stop making plows. If that's the case. Copper material, timber. Timber, rope, that's fine. You're trying to make this out of incense is what we want to use here on the candles. That'll speed that up a little bit. Damn it. So close. And 2 candle makers. Oh my goodness. Whew. That should keep us busy for a while. That guy's going to fortify. I would love to also start upgrading some of our military units if we can. You are my fancy new army. I think you're going to sit in St. John's. That's an army there. I don't have an army in Lambton. Okay, maybe Lambton is where that guy goes then. I'd like to have an army in all my cities if we could. I just don't immediately foresee it happening. Okay. A couple of those farms are upgradable, but that's about it. This city's doing really good for quality of life. I mean, it is my capital, so that makes sense. You guys still don't have a lot to actually tan. Okay, let's probably just keep making troops here if that's the case then. Keep queuing up berserkers for now. Germany has declared war. Dude, where is Germany? Up here. Ooh, so he's going to come across the sea as well. Maybe I should be making boats. Armed merchant vessel from the high medieval era. 38 or 18. The ship damage cannot enter the ocean. 5. Okay, so carracks are probably what I want then. It take a lot of wood to make, but we are pretty good at making wood. Did I say I was going to make liquor here using that syrup? I'm not actually even making enough of, but... No, you can't do that. What are you, crazy? Mosaic tiles, material, timber, and books. Timber and candles for that monastery. Can I also build like, yeah, we have like libraries that we should be building. Schools. I need paper and I need books. And I don't think I have the stuff to make like any of these. I'll grab another fermenting pit there in the meantime. Canadian berserkers, really, Canada? Yeah. We're doing what we can here. Not enough timber. Well, I could start upgrading these lumber yards. 58 timber a turn.
Envoy meets with you on behalf of their great leader. They are gathering extravagant...
I don't want to sell any of my flowers. Even for peace. Cologne Cathedral, also mosaic tiles and stained glass. Monasteries. Religious spread strength. And cemeteries. Increase city happiness. All right, we do got to get alchemy, so why don't we grab that? St. John's recently upgraded its tobacco farm. I guess I gotta make a plows. I don't have enough metal ingots. Huh. I think I'll upgrade that watchtower to a fortress. Seeing this is kind of my northern border town. Okay. That guy has grown there, so I have a choice. I either block him here or here. I think let's go here for right now. Damn, you also had a claim. Oh, you're already claiming that? I don't really care about Khotan. I think you can have that. It does lose me access to those fish easily. I'd have to go through the Adriatic to get them, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go for these deer first. And we do have a specialist, which I guess we'll put here in the wool department. I'm not using any of this right now. I should be. Why is that not being made? You got a city tier increase. I guess let's throw gourmet meals in. Goodness. Agent totally saw our last 3 comments and was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the game. We finally did it. We went too far. I don't think so. With Canadian Berserkers, nothing wrong with that. When they're clubbing you to death with your own arms, it's a good thing. These fools flirting with each other again. Go through the Adriatic to the fish. Yeah. I just want to make sure that the rest of those borders are kind of secured as well. This guy has grown. I could try to get to that. I think that's going to be like 2 cost and 2 cost, so I don't know that it's worth. Meanwhile, we have like 6 cash right here. So I think we'll just pick that up instead. Upgrade those mines. And give these guys a... Oh, I was going to say festival, but apparently we don't have any of those left. Trade goods. That city's been growing pretty fast, so... City southeast, it looked like you couldn't expand from that sea province. Yeah. I can go here to here, and from here I'd have to go here to there. It's not a big deal. I'm not like too worried about the fish. Like I have a couple butcher shops set up that are just like butchering 0 imaginary fish, so. Okay, you're gonna make more syrup with all that food. And then you're gonna actually build, I think, 1 last workshop in there as well. So a flotilla is 4 ships. Which means I gotta just keep producing carracks. I don't see them coming across yet. That ain't to say they won't be. Excellent. So we're getting sculpting materials here. We could get silicates, but I think it's kind of one or the other. I mean, they both have uses for us right now. What's going on here, man? Can you just make me a hunting camp? There, thank you. Ottawa gets another claim. Let's leave that in there for him because he can't grow that much. I'll take Kenora here. Let them keep growing. And we got some specialists, which is ever so nice. 5 city security. Craft production, siege defense, city security. City security, money, craft production. Yeah, I think putting it in the gear workshop is the one to do because like we're so behind on gears right now. We're making wood, but we're going through it really, really quickly. Thought you were referencing those goblins wielding arms from the roguelike. Oh, from War-Torn, yeah. Ah, the Monastery of Beltala has been built. Damn. Preach action to spread your religion to another nation. Missionaries are especially effective before any religion becomes dominant across the globe. Oracles can denounce, enabling to them to eliminate religions other than their own. Great Hearth, dwelling, Great Hearth, residence, Great Hearth, skyscraper. I'm gonna make 10 of these metal pots. And then after, I'm gonna put them on gears. Okay. This guy. Probably don't want to spend my books upgrading a gathering hall. Do I want to build with you? Maybe I'll try one of those oracles. We have another ceramic shop down here. The same ceramic shop? Oh, you must have been set to only build 5 glass instead of infinite. War-Torn wasn't really paying attention to that. It was more of an in general reference to berserkers ripping arms off. Ah, you should have been paying attention. War-Torn was really good. It was excellent. Hate bananas. Many years ago, there was a post-banana vomiting incident. Ever since then, the smell of bananas has you dry, retching. Oh my God. You like bananas because they got no bones. The old boneless banana? You're missing out on all those banana bones. All those delicious, delicious banana bones. I think we're finally about to catch up on copper. You should build more ceramic shops. Probably there and there. Got this nice little like ceramic district. The lines for things like ceramics is feeling a lot better than it used to. I will absolutely say that. Bonus wealth per turn for each commerce and religious improvement. Yeah, I could fit a bunch of stuff in here. Let's add a trading post in for now. You got one more boat left to make, little dude. You don't have enough wood for it. All right, we'll build it next turn. We're climbing, just not that fast. Here comes Germany. Here comes Germany with a lot of guys. Okay, I probably should have moved those berserkers up, it looks like. $187. Okay. Well, one step at a time, I suppose. I can't get those shellfish either without 2 claims. Put one guy on that dock because it's incredible. 5% to everything. Honestly, I should probably just wait for a second claim on these guys. Feels a little nuts to do that, but... $215. He's got 2 footmen, 2 catapults, a berserker, and 3 mangonels. Yeah, I can see that being a problem. I could see that being a problem. A very big problem. Do I have you join in the fight? Or stay back and shoot? I think maybe I have you stay back and shoot. Quest to build the mines of Rambleberg. Had that with mushrooms. Couldn't eat them for 2 years. Man, I only just got into mushrooms like in the last year or so. I was never a fan of mushrooms, and then I finally started breaking myself, and I was like, okay, it's time. It's time to learn how to mushroom. Cannot recommend wearing someone else's secondhand banana smoothie. 0 stars. Ooh. Where's Mona when you need some fluff? I don't know. She was in and out. She didn't want to vibe at all this morning. Barely hanging out with us. Castle. That seems useful. Mangonels, elephant ballistas, knights. Now this guy stole my horses, right? So we don't even, goddamn, I got no access to horses. I could get crossbows. One more tech. I was just going to get decorative arts, and I still kind of think that's the right choice. I don't think these guys are going to stay fighting me for that long. All right. I need to upgrade more sawmills, I think.
On behalf of Nicholas Copernicus.
Oh, Coperni. You better make more glass. Because I am not certain I'm making enough of that. I also, I guess, need another ceramic shop in there. Maybe we'll do that first. I have a really hard time understanding how the strength multipliers in this game work. Combat is still a bit of a weird, bizarro thing. Confirm repairing that. Confirm repairing that. I'll build the docksmiths first. Yay! My flotilla is finally ready. Deploy it in Saskatchewan, I guess. Is this Saskatchewan? Heck yeah, they're going to be really strong. Mona or Cindy, we aren't picky. We just need floofs. Someone on YouTube going, I guess soon as Asian said that banana smoothie. Yeah. They'll survive. You gotta fight for your difference there, right? Why? Why? You gotta do that while I'm at war with Germany. All right, Germany. I want out of this war. You guys have a 61% war weariness? He's probably going to take that. Upgraded apothecary. Craft production for each science and government production on this tile. I could start doing that in Kenora. Why don't you guys grab that right now? Mines, mines, mines. That city is just nothing but mines. Ships are coming up. That closes our borders. Which is confusing because our borders were for sure closed before then. In case this guy decides he doesn't want to go to peace with me, I better send up troops to get ready for him. But really, hopefully he does. Anchor Watt has been built. How does she already have catapults inside my city? Excuse me? Okay. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but sure. Probably something like a water well here would be really good. 100% production of barley and farms. Okay, you just built a trading post, but I'm afraid that we're going to have to switch this around to something else now. You know what? Just go off fabrics. Pumping out berserkers. 47. I guess I'm going to move this wedge up here. You declined the peace treaty, which is very bizarre. I actually don't understand this. It also said like she had just closed her borders, and I'm like, my borders should be closed to everybody. Like, I don't want anybody in my territory. Warfare in this game is perplexing, like Crusader Kings. I would love the game to be just be constantly frustrated. Total War should license its RTS battle engine. All these guys. Well, Total War's got its own problems. Build production towards triumphs. 25% scientist pick chance. I could take build production towards triumphs. We are going to win this fight. Been dropping enough arrows into them, it looks like. Indirect fire. Yeah, I actually should have kept this wedge out and also just fired bows. I would have been better off splitting that up a little bit. This guy just landed another huge army with another huge army en route. And somehow I am 42 versus 78 in this fight. Four pikemen, 4 anti-cavalry units versus 3 anti-melee units and an anti-melee archer. I don't understand how I'm losing this, let alone how I'm losing this so badly. Like, also how he went from 122 strength down to 42. The swinging on combat variables seems like very perplexing. I mean, I know I haven't really like teched up my military that much, but all right, there are my boats. I guess I'm going to move them into St. John's. We're winning this fight, it seems like. Oh my god, you got another army down here. Where did that even come from? I don't understand. I literally was just looking down here to make sure that there was no army before I pulled those troops out. Okay. Yeah, you might as well steal this. That's the case. Oh, you actually have 2 things. I can steal those fish then as well. All right, let's just wait on that. So this is a mercenary being killed. I can't propose peace for 7 more turns. God damn, dude. All right, that should be a lot of glass. Hopefully it's enough for us. Poo, 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 poo. I guess let's go trade goods, mostly because it bumps our security. Units idle. So we won this fight. For now. Cannot afford upgrades. Yeah, I really need to upgrade my units. We'll try to get them down there. Seems like I'm mostly just being pillaged. Take shots at them. I could also probably just heal. That might be the better option. You can kill off those berserkers as they fly across. You guys are all healing up here. Okay, you guys are good. You guys are good. Getting pillaged is fine. It's not ideal, but like... there are worse things that could be happening right now. And I guess since they don't have a lot of horses, bowmen are going to be my best bet. If I can lock them down with melee troops and then just fire bowmen. The mines of Rammelberg have been made. Man, I got that upgrade to be like, oh, let's produce a bunch of triumphs. Except for the fact that the computer just beats you to every triumph because you cannot possibly tech fast enough. How are you guys doing on spice salts? Very good. In fact, so good that I can probably use more of it in all these fish productions. You're making that. You're making that. Where is the other butcher? Down here. That ought to keep him busy. I can't really get to them. At least we have some walls in the north. I kind of need more berserkers is what I need. I'm not making any metal ingots right now, and it's because this got knocked offline. Because of the raids. Belgium is trying to like send more guys through, and I'm actually losing a city. I'm losing a city with, I think, no way to get it back. Let's see if we can bribe her. 5 turns on him. I don't like that bribe, but I don't think I have much of a choice. I have caught Germany's guys out here at sea, which is good. Damn, dude, they're going to take that city in like 3 turns. Oh my god, she accepted. That's so good. I want city walls everywhere. We need money for city walls. Good grief. Archers might not be pulling their weight. I think 4 berserkers would win. I think the problem is that the archers, you're not meant to engage in melee combat. You're meant to keep them on the outside and shoot in. And that's where they actually like do value. Explain to me why every AI army sent at you at the same time seems like a balance issue. How many people are you at war with? I'm at war with basically everybody and for no good reason, so. War again, the never-ending story, right? Ain't that the tooth? Well, I guess you guys can heal. This is a very strong shield wall. These guys got cut out by a double battalion. So I would like to select them and retreat. I think we'll move both these groups just down there. We'll keep trying to sink his ships. Damn, dude, I wish I had... Yeah, I can only produce like 1 gold a turn. Where am I using all my money? Armed Forces Saanich. I don't understand. Nothing here should be using money. Oh, it's just that you don't have any money provinces. Damn. That's curious. So that's actually a good reason to actually focus on like upgrades instead of other things. Man, I'm not sure what to do with you right now. Just got me a little messed up. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I wonder if I focused on some more food-based stuff, would we be okay? Less food-based stuff, I should say. Thing is, I don't really have a lot of things that make city prosperity. Coins. But I don't make those regularly enough to be using them. Yeah, I make like one every 19 turns. Not good. Not good at all. I'll just have to make bowmen if that's the case. How are all our cities for... We're 99%, 99%, 100%, 99%, 99%. I mean, I guess we can affect you, Grench. Oh, it looks like it's already pretty much in our favor. Those guys are retreating. Economy is confusing right now. Yeah. Yep. How is one unit able to take that in 3 turns? Can I get there in time? I don't think so. Guys are going to fortify there. You're going to kill them there. So I want this shield wall going in, and then I want that wedge going there. You know what? Have them both go that way right now. Because then hopefully I can shoot into them. And those guys, I guess, are healing. This is a weird war. Getting our economy up is becoming a problem. Should I totally box in these guys? I think I will. I need metal, so let's put a guy on that. All right, so the shield wall should be able to move in while these archers just do indirect fire. Now, for some reason, we've gone now down to 38 strength. So I don't actually know how this is going to work. I tell you what, I'm going to move these archers up here, and they're also going to shoot. These guys are at 61, so hopefully they are good enough, though I think I'm going to lose that town anyway. Bowman, Berserker. Why don't you also come up to you, Grinch? So much stuff got slowed down in this fight. There's a part of me that's like, do I get crossbows? But I think let's just tech up. So despite the fact that I was moving into them, they actually moved into us. And I guess now I'm engaged in a combat I was hoping to avoid. He's taken my city here. So now I have 10% reduced strength. So I'm going to have to move these guys up. I did sink his ships, though. And by ships, I mean his soldiers. So we should be able to stop any more reinforcements from getting over here. I don't know if I should, like, take these archers and retreat them 2 squares or something. I'd love to just, like, retreat 1 so I can shoot. Now, you guys are under attack here, so that doesn't work for me. Can I retreat you there? And then you can shoot into that pocket. This is now 47 versus 86. Okay. This is what I mean. Like, why do the numbers change this much?
The citizens have taken to the street.
No. Not ending the war when we just lost a city and he's at like 86% war weariness. Somehow I'm now up to 85% war weariness as well. Possibly because we lost troops. You need to be repairing projects before you build that watchtower. Oh man, we got really hammed here. So I think that should help us win that. Now he's up to 93. Like, yeah. You guys fire on them. You've got another slot here. I could just get you this other iron, but I feel like this city is really going into the hard mining, so... Boo, 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 boo. Why don't I just come straight out with you for now? Oh, you got 2 claims. Might as well take the good spots. Can I hire mercenaries? No. Greece wants to give me a ton of paper and jewelry if I go to war with China. But I'm going to say no because I don't want to be at war with anybody anymore. War is not doing us well. Festivals. Excellent. Okay. I don't know that I want to keep going across that sea any further than that, but I guess we'll see. I think I should be able to win this with the archer support. Yeah, victory in 7. And we are winning this one. So we are losing St. John's is the flip of it. Renaissance transition's already happening here. We're still way behind. This is money-making Lambton. Let's grab Abbotsford for now. You can keep preaching. I guess we'll scout a little bit more there. Yeah, okay. So we are now winning these fights. We got to deal with that guy afterwards, but some of this is just like one step at a time. Do you have more sheep here? Oh man, there's 2 sheep in this location? That's crazy. I didn't realize that. The Adriatic's going to cost me 2 to get to. Yeah. I might do it anyway. Well, I might do it anyway. Does the game not adhere to the rules of acquisition? Like the rules of finders keepers? I win that fight? It's 33. Where's the rest of that battalion gone? You guys can go in there. You guys go in there. You guys. I could upgrade these fermenting pits. That's not a bad idea. Relatively cheap. Grab some more berserkers. Excellent. I found a battalion of crossbowmen. If I had some horses, I could do diamonds. Right now I just have a lot of bowmen and nowhere to really put them. You have built a chemist. Fertilizer is generally the best thing to be building here. I can use our extra fish. I can use our syrup. I don't dare risk anything else, but we can start plugging this into all of our farms and massively increase production. Oh, Star Trek reference. I'm sorry. I'm new to Star Trek. I'm only on season 3 of TNG right now. It wasn't something I grew up with, but it has been something I've been enjoying a lot of in my older years. All right, you guys are going to fire these. You're moving in. Both of those guys can fire. I actually have 2 wedges there. That's perfect. And we're winning this fight now, too. Yes. No. They have more forces coming in the north. So, okay. Saanich should flip back, like, automatically. You guys go that way. Somehow I was able to afford walls up here. I gotta build a scout. 75 gold for a scout. Good grief. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. Maybe I'll just upgrade that farm for now. Still a bit away from understanding that one, but one day, young Padawan, one day. Too young to care to watch for like the first 4 straight seasons of Star Trek TNG. Watching them now, and I'm like, why is Picard an asshole? Everybody says that. And I do feel like he is an asshole, but also he's just doing what he has to do for his crew. You know, he's just keeping an eye out for everybody. He's doing his best. Those are both upgraded farms. I've been upgrading, I think, the lumber mills down here because I am still a hungry hippo for lumber mills. I'm also a hungry hippo for iron. But I don't have enough lumber for it. So, all right. I think I just answered my own question then. Lumber mills it is. So St. John's is saved. Saanich is being conquered. Freedom. They are trying to land a new party here. I'm going to assimilate you. I get a Paragon. Ooh. I'd really like to start working on some masterpieces.
Mongol conqueror and founder of the Timurid Empire in...
But also, I could put this guy in charge of an army. Which is one of the things I haven't really been smart enough to do. And I think this is one of the big things that the computer has on me right now. Can I put you in like music? Right. I don't have a book slot. Who are you? I also have a prophet. All right, well, let's just put you in there. You can do music. Masterpiece proficiency. In the altar here is what I would like. What? Why are you there? All right, that was a little confusing, but okay. Agent noped out on Star Trek when the Empire left the suspect to do a courtesy flush during a drug raid for first Twilight. I don't know about that. Cast changed a lot on how their characters were as it went in, yeah. I mean, there is a really good like character growth on all characters in Star Trek, which I am shocked by for what is effectively an episodic show. Like, I didn't really foresee so much character growth happening constantly. All right, they got to be ready to get out of this war. They're at 100% war weariness. I would like to see if they are willing to give me surrender deals. Okay, you need to be making cows. Oh, buddy, what the hell were you making? Rope? Probably. I really like how it canceled all of my buildings. You know what? Apparently I have enough concrete right now. Why don't I go back to making some pots? So I at least have somebody making pots here. Burn through all that sculpting material. And you're making trade goods with, I think, fabric. Okay, that was a little rough for wear, but we're through it now. I have 30 bucks. I have enough to make city walls here. I kind of think we should just do that. You're making Zerkers. One more and I have another army. You're going to be making Festivales with food. I think I could also probably put a fabric in here just to get us a few more festivals. You're going to help those guys out. You're already shooting. So there's 3 units shooting on that location now. I just need you to heal for a moment. And then hopefully he comes to me with a peace treaty now. No. Strange. The city has like desperate repairs to do. Oh my god, it's so much stuff. So I'm just going to put that watchtower way down on the bottom. All right, I really, you know what we really need to start doing is upgrading some of these guys. But you're stuck while that happens. Okay. Interesting. Start bringing some units up there. These guys have a wall in this city. This city had a wall. What happened to its wall? I guess it got destroyed? Damn, dude. And I'm probably going to switch this guy over to malt so that we can use it in... liquor? I need like barrels. I could use it in gourmet meals. In exchange for the spices. Oh, that would actually be pretty good. So that's an option. Mac, hello, welcome back. Hi, back. I'm half pint. Very good. Always approve of that one. All right, we got salt, salt, copper, copper. These are all fully upgraded mines. Wow, this city finally has like all of its stuff. Artisan Studios can create statuary and textile masterpieces. How many? 6 in the nation. I mean, this place definitely seems like the kind of place that would want that. I wouldn't also mind some ceramic shops up here. 2 mines. Give a good bonus to that. So let's start with one of those. We have another religious verse. 10% build production towards all improvements in all cities. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. That's so good. Everything scales off of that. That is the most scalable possible thing. You guys are going to go like there and there and just get ready to defend. I think I'm going to try to peace out on this war again. I'm confused. He gets a reward of 2,000 prestige if I propose a peace treaty? I need food, bathroom, hydration, and you guys need words. I know. We've got a bit hard. We got turn 250 about to hit right now, so.
You have reached the High Medieval Age.
Wasted. High medieval. Access to heavy plows. Access to central banking. Horseshoes. Barrels. Ooh. Musical theory. Architecture, which is what we need to create mosaic tiles. And residences. Is that the only way to get residences? Not the only way. The pilgrimage. The haberdashery. Optics, stronghold engineering, metallurgy, longbows, and universities. I'm going to pick up longbows because, like, bows are my entire strategy at the moment, and they seem to be the only thing that's working for us. You guys are going to pick up that iron mine. Ooh, and also something else. I guess that guy. You are pillaging me. I suppose that's to be expected. The city has increased dramatically. Let's probably get some cured meats in here and some trade goods. You know what? I might start putting other things in here. Trade goods are so good. It's really hard to say no to them. Even though we're not actually making enough of them anymore. $10 and 10 versus 15, 30, and 5. Yeah. Yeah, 15, 30, and 10. Oh, salted fish is actually better for us than cured meat. It adds a little bit of extra city health. Oh, no, sorry. It adds city health instead of happiness. So, never mind. Shut up on my face. Yeah, you would think he would start suggesting peace. I don't know why he's not. I'll be real with you. That's a bit confusing to me. But, you know. Hopefully he'll figure it out soon. We're finally losing food, which has taken forever. And I still don't have a scout to pick up any of this stuff. And I need to do that because some of this is actually sitting on iron. So I'm losing access to valuable material. But okay. We've managed to secure the north, I would argue. We're in a bit of a overseas fight that keeps extending. He keeps adding more troops over here. But I feel like we're going to get out of this war with Germany pretty soon. What we need to start doing is like securing our borders properly. If we can have some armies down here to just defend this and then naval blockade the north, I think we should be fine. I'm going to try that. I don't expect Egypt's going to give it to me, but if I could make a trade deal with her, that would help us a lot. The Aztecs have really grown. Palmyra and Georgia, these guys are kind of in a bit of an ugly fight. This whole area is a bit of a mess. Where is everybody? Because we're going to lose some standing soon. Germany, Shanghai, and China are all about to drop. Okay. So that's Germany, Shanghai, and China's down here. It'll tidy up the world a bit as we keep gearing up. But I think that's where we'll leave this episode for YouTube. And we'll take a little break, come back and finish it off. Or, well, maybe not finish it off, but keep going. That's it for now.